there is a new Nintendo machine around the corner. It's the Nintendo NX, but
NX, yeah.
undoubtedly it's not going to be called that.
Yeah.
It's going to be called something else.
There's a long history of Nintendo consoles having
So I figured
different names.
we would run through kind of a little bit of a crash course in what these household name consoles were originally called internally and what they were rumored to be called.
Ooh.
Starting with, what was this called?
Oh, it's the Jam Boy.
The Jam Boy.
What were we called?
What do you think? It says the working title on there. The original title for this was Dot Matrix Game.
Yeah.
That's a strange name.
Which is completely genderless, unlike Game Boy.
Fun fact, I actually didn't buy a Game Boy because I thought I couldn't.
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
But if it had been called the Dot Matrix, I'd be like, well, I'm not in the Matrix.
I'm not a programmer.
Yeah.
That
If it was
confusing.
called a Dot Matrix game, you would have fallen asleep before you heard the rest of the title. Because
Right,
that's
so,
a terrible, boring
pros
name.
and cons.
Yeah. It's a Virtual Boy.
Hey, Virtual Boy,
Right.
another gendered console. You can tell it's a boy though, because look at that thing sticking out the bottom there.
But it has two of them.
Yeah.
Well,
Don't you?
that's a lot to deal with. Anyway,
Dang.
What was this called, Callie?
this is called the Virtual Utopia Experience, which sounds like something you'd see like
Yeah.
Soylent Green.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they realized that gazing into a red hell is not a utopia.
Also, it just gives you massive migraines immediately.
Yeah, really the opposite of that. It's not a utopia at all, really.
Yeah.
It is an experience.
I love
that
the
wasn't a
Virtual
lie.
And it is virtual.
Virtual
so
Boy's
2 out
fine.
of 3.
So they tried. They did their best.
Yeah.
Virtual Boy's way ahead of its time.
And then of course there's this old gem.
So
this one.
I just want to contrast this with the Virtual Utopia Experience. This was Project Reality. So they just took a complete 180 there,
Yeah.
and they were like, "Look, we're not dealing in virtual anymore. We're going full real.
Full real.
Yeah.
You know, with that
Well,
3D, the 3D Marios."
Originally, the console was made of flesh,
Yeah.
which is one of the most real materials available.
You had to reset it. You had to palpate various regions on it, and it was you just feel for lumps.
Too
Oh.
bad.
Real scary.
Oh no! Well,
This
like
is also called the Ultra 64.
Like it was actually named the Ultra 64,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
And-
Before it became the Nintendo 64.
Which makes sense because you have regular and you get super and then you get ultra as the logical conclusion.
that does make sense.
Is
but-
Ultra better than Super?
Yes.
Yes.
Legally?
According to Street Fighter's naming conventions, yes.
It's science.
Also, like originally, IGN was IGN64.com, so there was a N64 rumor site. And of course, there's this thing, which why wouldn't you call this? Why wouldn't you call it a dolphin?
Dolphin.
Yes. The most beloved square fish in the ocean.
Very purple fish.
Yeah.
Very well known for
Yeah.
its inventive
Sailors are
experiences.
frequently saved from drowning by those friendly purple cubes of the sea.
Can we? Why did this thing have a handle? So where are we
Party.
supposed to take it?
So you could take it for your cool LAN party where you play Super Mario Sunshine in separate rooms.
Yeah, yeah. So Dolphin, okay, sure, why not?
Yeah.
It was a long time ago, and they didn't do anything stupid since. There was, of course, the Wii, which was called something so much cooler.
Revolution.
Revolution.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they did their best. There was quite a bit of a revolution. Like everybody was playing the Wii. My
Yeah.
dad played the Wii, which is
Yep.
like he didn't touch Nintendo. So
Yeah, Revolution.
They did start a revolution.
It might be the most apt name, and I mean the Wii sold like crazy, and the Wii forced it sort of forced Microsoft's hand with Kinect and Sony's hand with Move, and it really did like usher in a new era of gaming, for better or worse.
It forced all of our hands with that stupid wrist strap.
Yeah.
No, you don't got to put that on.
Yeah,
dude.
they make you do that.
No, it's
You
uncomfortable.
ever been to a Nintendo demo?
It's
They literally-
very
Nintendo-
illegal to
but that-
not wear
Nintendo
one.
PR people will stand there and make you put the wrist
sure
strap
that-
on. While
But
you're
then you wait
done
until they
with
turn
it.
around, you're like, ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
I like to play it.
Of course, there's the Nitro.
The Nitro.
Where they're
Not really.
getting more aggro there.
So this one's interesting because they went more literal with the actual name versus like Virtual Utopia Experience. That's a little more literal.
Yeah.
This one, Nitro, was like more mysterious, and they were like, nah, it's two
Dual
screens.
screens.
Dual
Yeah.
screens.
We'll just do
All
that.
right.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Then, of course, there's the Twilight, Project Twilight, which people probably thought was a Zelda game, but it was not a Zelda game. It was a small machine
Thought
you put in your
it was
pocket.
one of those vampire books.
Yeah.
Oh, that's where the boy
Before their
kisses the
time.
girl in the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, this one sort of had a shininess to it, like the
Yeah.
vampires
I
in the
get it.
sun.
I get
yeah.
it. I get it. This is my favorite. I remember saying for months that the Project Cafe was going to be a panini press.
Delicious.
And it wasn't.
Wasn't,
Though you
unfortunately.
probably could use it to make paninis,
make
I
behind
guess.
I mean,
Probably have to get an external hard drive for that too, but
yeah.
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 So the Wii U, probably not a great name, in that it just
'Cause-
kind of sounds.
So I feel like
water in there.
a lot of moms go into or dads go into GameStop and are like, oh, this is just a peripheral for
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
Wii, and at home, and my kid's going to be so excited, and then you get home and it's not that.
Yeah,
at all.
the Wii. There's a
Very
lot
confusing.
I think there's a lot of reasons the Wii U super underperformed, but I think its name is partially to blame for it. Honestly, it's very confusing.
It is.
It's confusing like, having to explain to my buddies back home. I'm like, this is a lot of work.
I mean, it looks like this. It looks like the same console. I remember when they went. Reggie Fils-Aimé went with the Wii U on. I think it was Fallon, and even there he had to explain that it was like a new machine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
I
is
mean,
like,
it seems like sort of a PS 4.5 sort of thing, like it just is or a PS3 Slim, like it just that's what
Yeah.
it seems like. So.
Then there's this old chestnut, the Project Infrared,
Yeah.
which of course was the new 3DS, which added infrared capabilities, so you could turn off TVs in airports.
Yeah.
I don't think
my
that's
favorite
true at all.
my favorite use.
Could,
no one turns that on though.
So now the thing is, what do you think the NX is going to be called?
So the Nintendo kind of like debuted this new slogan, which is like it. What is it?
There's no play
There's no
like-
play like like it or something.
There's no play like
yeah, there's no play like it. So you can see I sort of slipped into there's no play like home.
Yeah.
So home.
Yeah, there's no play like home.
That's
There's no play
Yeah.
like it.
There's
So
no
people
play
are-
like. See, it's very confusing.
Yeah.
But they did switch from like gray and blue, the Wii colors, to red, which is a little more like boom.
I'm all
Yeah.
about it. I love the old red stuff.
Yeah.
Red is that color I think of when I think of Nintendo for some reason.
Yeah.
Maybe
'Cause
it's just
of Mario's hat.
Yeah.
Mario. So you know even though their motto is sort of hard to say, the color's nice.
Yeah.
Proud of them.
I think it's just
I
gonna be
hope it's
called the Nintendo.
The Nintendo.
That would confuse everybody.
I hope
not
it's called
me.
red. Just red.
Nintendo Red?
Yeah.
All right. Well, what do you guys think it's going to be called? I think that the Nintendo Home sounds interesting. I don't know. Maybe just Nintendo. Let us know in the comments or the chat or whatever. I don't care. What are people saying? Are people saying anything on Twitter?
Yeah, very
You
nice
got too many
things.
tabs open over there. You're causing a problem.
Someone thinks Warmcoat thinks it's gonna be called the Super Nintendo Entertainment System.
Oh, the Ultra Nintendo.
Yeah.
God, Ultra Nintendo would be cool. The super duper game box.
Yeah.
Oh, my favorite.
Yeah.
Cool. Looking forward to it.
The Game Man. I think that would be good. I think we should go.
The Game Boy has grown up into a Game Man.
It's just a Game Boy with like a furry beard thing on the front. All right, Callie, thank you so much for joining
Yes,
us.
thank you for having me.
You can find Callie on Anime Club, which is it's a
yeah, anime.
yeah, anime. It's an anime club. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a podcast.
It's a cool show. We talk about the latest
So,
anime.
large
and
house they constructed in a tree.
Yeah.
They meet
It's very secret.
every full moon.
It's just a
Actually,
show.
you're not allowed in. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's just
All right.
I'm kidding. It's for everyone.